Hey, good morning, guys. It is October 22nd, and I'm at the Mountaineer Fall Shelter, which is a really nice place. Double-decker, and it even has a loft up above me that you can sleep in. And I'll show you my favorite thing about this shelter. I don't know if he's got a name, but it's this little guy right here. Awesome carved black bear. I'm really happy he's here. Came around the bend last night and saw him, and I was like, oh, I remember this shelter. So it's a really nice place. It's got this deck here, or desk kind of thing, basically, so you can cook, but you have a view out there. It's just a really nice, well-built shelter. Tennessee is not really known for having nice shelters, so nice little change of pace here. Another fun fact about Tennessee, there's no privies. I think there might be one in the entire state at the Over Mountain shelter, and I realized as soon as I crossed the border from Virginia that I had left my trowel at the last cat hole. At least I'm assuming that's where I left it. It might have somehow gotten lost in a hostel. But yeah, my Deuce of Spades aluminum trowel is gone. And this is the worst state on the entire Appalachian Trail to lose your trowel. Not to say you can't dig a hole without it, you know, you just use a stick or whatever. It just takes a long time. Whereas with a trowel, we've got a cat hole in like 30 seconds, you know. Gotta have the requisite poop talk on these videos. But yeah, so that's a factor. 129 miles from the end of the trail. Or the end of my trail, I should say. I'll have all the miles done in 1 year when I hit Hot Springs. So I'm 129 miles from there. It is raining, as I'm sure you can note out here. Weather's been really strange. Went from 90-degree days with water sources that were completely dried up to now having significant rainfall. According to my weather app, it said there was supposed to be 3/4 of an inch drop today. And then temperatures have dropped well into the 30s, definitely, towards freezing conditions up in the mountains. So all of that indicates to me I need to get done and get home. And so that's what I'm aiming to do. My next resupply is Road Mountain, which is not an easy spot to hitch. So that's kind of my dilemma this morning is it's later. Normally I'd be well out of the shelter and gone by now. But one factor is that it's raining. The last time I resupplied in Road Mountain, I could not get a hitch and had to walk like 4 miles, road walk 4 miles to get food, and I managed to get a hitch for like a mile on the way back. It was also one of the first times in my life that I ever hitchhiked. I think that was the first point on trail where I actually had to hitch, so I was kind of a newbie, so maybe that had something to do with it. But with this weather, I don't think people are really going to be all about picking me up. So what I'm thinking about doing is actually going into a hostel with a shuttle into town. So I'm trying to look. There's like 4 hostels in this area. They've really built it up. So I'm going to check that out and do a little bit of logistics planning. And then when I get an idea, I'm going to head out. Originally, I was trying to do 20 today, and then I realized I'm just too low on food. And I've got to resupply enough food to get all the way down to Irwin, which, if I'm not mistaken, is like a 70-mile stretch, so that's a significant amount of food that I'm going to be needing to carry. Dollar General started carrying complete cookies. If you're not aware of these, they're like the perfect hiker food. 400 calories in one of these things, 16 grams of protein, and getting back to poop, 10 grams of fiber. So happy to see those, and they're pretty cheap too. Happy to have the Dollar General resupplies back. Portions, one of the reasons they're so cheap is that instead of getting like 12 packets of oatmeal per box, you're getting like 8, and it actually is advantageous for hikers because it ends up being, for the most part, like just the right amount of things that you need. But anyways, I'm going to pack up and figure out what I'm going to do today, and go from there. But I just want to make a quick update. So I'm roughly 7, maybe 8 days left on the trail, depending on what the weather does and how it slows me down. And 129 miles makes me want to do like 25s to the end. Just a matter of navigating this. I had to pitch my tarp in the rain the other day because the shelter was full, and it was actually really fun. I hadn't done that in a while. I was so warm and snug and happy inside my bivvy, and this just complete downpour, and I like cooked under my tarp, and it was great. But it's not so much the night, it's the morning after that when you're having to pack everything up and everything's cold and wet and you're cold. Takes it out of you a little bit. So I'm hoping the weather will hold off for just another few days for me. Of course it won't, because it's the AT. Desire causes suffering, as the Buddhists say. But until next time, guys, thank you so much for watching this, and get out on the trail. Get out and hike. Take care.